Hi there, welcome back. This is Foxy at 50. I'm Nuala Black and thanks for tuning in. Today's video is the third in a set of 3 videos that look at relieving the symptoms of menopause. The first video that I put out a couple of weeks ago looked at relieving the symptoms through lifestyle changes, and then last week's video was all about relieving the symptoms using herbal remedies, supplements, natural therapies, that kind of thing. And today's video is all about looking at relieving the symptoms using HRT. If you don't know about me, just to let you know that I went into menopause at 40, which was 16 years ago, so I'm now 56, and so I've looked a lot into this, and really the catalyst for me was all about halting the signs of aging. So I'm just basically sharing what I've discovered with you. Now, it has to be said that as effective as natural remedies are, that HRT is probably the most effective way to treat menopause symptoms, particularly if your symptoms are severe. HRT is available only really by prescription, and you can get it in topical creams, gels, suppositories, patches, tablets. Now, first of all, it has to be addressed, and that's the concerns that many women have regarding the side effects of HRT, in particular, of course, breast cancer. Now, some women cannot take HRT at all due to their heightened risk because it might naturally be running in their family. If you're in that category, obviously you'll have already discussed this with your doctor, and you'll definitely need to go down the natural therapy route. But for everyone else, what are the risks? Well, there's lots of figures, and I've looked at all the figures for many years, and whether it's in America, Europe, UK, they're all pretty much the same, the research that has been done, and it has to be said that the risks are small. And if you've got really severe symptoms, then that might outweigh any risk by getting the relief from menopause symptoms. Now, the statistics that I've read up on and seem to be repeated regularly by doctors everywhere state that for every 1,000 women taking combined HRT, that's estrogen and progesterone, there'll be around 5 extra cases. So in other words, without HRT, 22 women in every 1,000 will get breast cancer. That's just a fact. 22 women in every 1,000 will get breast cancer. Now, when you add HRT into the equation, then 27 women out of every 1,000 will get breast cancer. So those are the statistics, and it's really up to you to discuss that with your doctor, whether you think the risk is necessary. Now, in the early years of HRT, doctors most often prescribed HRT in the form of synthetic prescription medications. These drugs are made from a blend of hormones isolated from a pregnant horse's urine. Premarin is the synthetic form of estrogen, while Provera is the synthetic version of progesterone. Nowadays, you may have heard of bio-identical hormones. Now, these are plant-based compounds rather than mare's urine. After the plant-based hormone is processed in a laboratory, its structure is said to be identical to that of our own estrogen and progesterone. And because it is plant-based, it is said to have less side effects, be easier to metabolize, and less likely to cause adverse reactions. And I don't know about you, but I think I know which one I prefer. Now, a couple of the names of the bio-identical hormones which the NHS do prescribe are estradiol, which of course is the estrogen, and utrogestin is the name of the progesterone. So this is the bio-identical. But whether you're prescribed bio-identical or synthetic, it might be dependent upon where you live, how the doctor is, whether he's upon bio-identical hormones or just has always given out synthetic ones and keeps doing the same thing. But bio-identical hormones are available on the NHS, so you do need to know that. But you may need to specifically request it from your doctor. Sometimes it even comes down to cost, bureaucracy, postcode, what's available in the NHS, but you really shouldn't have any problems, but you may have to ask for bio-identical hormones. Now, NHS GPs generally, I mean, they are just general practitioners, of course, so they tend to administer a one-size-fits-all HRT combination, regardless of whether it's synthetic or bio-identical. And in most cases it works perfectly well. However, if you're anything like me, then you need a more specialised treatment. If your HRT isn't working for you, or you want a more personalised prescription to address your specific hormonal imbalance, then ask your GP to refer you to the menopausal clinic. Every area should have one, but if you really do have problems in that area, I mean, he should at least be able to refer you to a consultant gynecologist, so that you can get a more specialised treatment there. But a lot of places, areas do have menopausal clinics specially set up for this, so then they can gear the hormones that you receive around your specific needs, because not everybody is a one-size-fits-all. If you have a womb, you'll be prescribed estrogen as well as progesterone. Now, the progesterone is mainly prescribed in order to stop the lining of the womb from thickening. Now, thickening of the lining of the womb is very serious because it can lead to endometriosis, which can lead to cancer. So the progesterone stops that from happening. So you'll never be given estrogen without progesterone unless you've had a hysterectomy, then it's fine, obviously. So we've all heard of the risks of HRT, but only you, with the help of your doctor, can decide what is best for you. But if your symptoms are severe and natural therapies and herbal remedies haven't helped, then HRT, as some women say, it gave them their life back. So it's up to you. Do your research, talk to your doctor, get referred to a consultant, a menopausal clinic, and take it from there. So we've heard about the risks of breast cancer from taking HRT. But what are the benefits of HRT? Well, there's just so many, there's too many to mention. But of course it will stop hot flashes, night sweats. Estrogen, I mean, it's the youth hormone, so it will keep your skin, your hair, all looking younger for longer. It'll keep your hair in good condition, prevent thinning, and a more important one, osteoporosis. Now, that's a serious threat to women with low estrogen levels, and if you've already got osteoporosis, then going on HRT can actually reverse it. Dry, itchy skin, low libido, low mood, anxiety, depression, the hot flashes, the night sweats, and many, many more symptoms, they can all be alleviated if you get the prescription right. You see, hormones are all about balance. I mean, that's the key thing to remember, balance. Your hormones work together, never in isolation. The mistake that we make if we go to Dr. Google and we Google one particular hormone is that we're not getting the full picture. So if, for example, you Google the benefits of taking estrogen, you may find that the benefits just sound wonderful for your skin, your hair, and then you think, oh, I want to ramp it up, more energy, more everything, just more of it has got to be better, right? Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Apart from the very serious risk of endometriosis that I mentioned earlier, if your estrogen is out of balance with your progesterone, then you could be suffering from estrogen dominance, and that that will bring with it all sorts of problems and a whole other video. That is a huge subject, estrogen dominance. So the progesterone isn't just to prevent endometriosis, it balances estrogen in countless ways. So equally, you might Google progesterone and read wonderful things about progesterone, what it will do for your skin and your hair, your nails, your bones, energy levels, mood. But again, this will only be true in as much as your levels of estrogen allow it to be, and vice versa. So if your estrogen isn't at the right level, then taking more progesterone can have the opposite effect. So for example, if your estrogen is too low, then adding progesterone will make your symptoms of low mood even worse. So it's all about balance. You can't ever look at hormones in isolation. It's always together. In other words, whatever benefits there are with HRT, it can also bring the opposite effect if just one of those hormones is out of balance. Letting your doctor know your symptoms, the problem should be rectified with a little bit of tweaking. So if you're not a one-size-fits-all, then you will have to go by trial and error, and it can take a while. So it's not just that, oh, this HRT isn't working. It could be that your starting point is different, and you, as I said before, you're just not falling into the category of one size fits all. There are also many different types of HRT. And if you are one of those people who don't fit into the majority, then having the two hormones separate, the estrogen and the progesterone, that could be the way to go. But obviously that has to be done under the supervision of a doctor. We all have different starting points when it comes to our hormones. We all have different levels. You may have always had an imbalance. If you suffered from PMS, then you most certainly did have an imbalance. If you're looking for bio-identical hormones delivered separately and available on the NHS, I think I might have mentioned them earlier, but the estrogen is called estrogel and the progesterone is called utrogestin, so you can take those separately. But if you're the majority and you don't need to take them separately, then the easiest way is to take a combined estrogen and progesterone. That's just the most straightforward way to go. Patches might be a better option than tablets if you think that you might find it inconvenient to take a tablet every day. Using patches can also avoid some of the effects of HRT, like indigestion, and unlike tablets, the patches are not interfering with your liver, which I always think is a good thing. If you have any liver problems, then you would definitely want to go with the patches or the gels. Also, the benefit of the patches is that there is less risk of blood clots than the tablets. Now, I just want to address something else here, because there are literally thousands of products on the market for weight loss, dull, lifeless hair, low mood, anxiety, dry skin, you name it. And we're all desperately looking for these companies to find us a solution. And there are millions of companies out there trying to get you to part with your money and promising you beautiful locks, gorgeous skin, flat tummy, and so on. Now, if you use these products, the trouble is that they only scratch the surface. Now, I'm not saying that they will not help things, that they won't help improve things a bit, but if you really want that bouncy hair, glowing skin, and you know, the moisture back in your skin, then it has to start with your hormones. They control everything. They are everything. I mean, these products, and some of them really are great, but you have to look at them as just being the finishing touch. They cannot affect your estrogen and your progesterone levels, and it's your hormonal imbalance that is causing all the problems. Get your hormones in balance and these products can be a nice finishing touch. None of them will work properly if your hormones are out of sync. Well, that was just a brief overview and a few facts regarding HRT. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I will get back to you. If you know anyone that would benefit from this video, then do please share and give it a like. Hit the subscribe button, and if you would like notifications of when the next video comes out, then just ring the little bell. So I'm Nuala Black, this is Foxy at 50. Thanks for listening, and until the next time, be safe, happy, healthy and well. Thanks, bye bye.